Every product team ships designs that nobody fully agreed to. Requirements drift, nobody notices until users do. A project manager writes the spec, a designer interprets it differently, a developer builds what they see. No one validates the gap in between them. That's how teams waste sprints on design that were never right to begin with. That's why I developed TumbleFlow, which is a spec-grounded AI design reviewer that connects Notion and Figma so your team never ships a design that drifted from the original requirement. The manager writes the exact product requirement in Notion. Every field, every constraint, every acceptable criteria. One click locks the spec. From this moment, the system is watching. The designer builds the screen in Figma. No new tools, no context switching. When the frame is ready, they add one comment, #final over the nodes. That single action triggers the entire validation pipeline. A webhook fires instantly. The backend extracts the frame, renders the image, reads the log spec from Notion, and sends everything to the vision language model for analysis. The result comes back requirement by requirement. Not a generic style score, not a lint warning. A precise verdict on whether this design actually satisfies what the project manager asked for. A predictive attention heat map shows where users' eyes will actually land. The CTA is buried in a low attention zone. The trust text is invisible. The heat map makes this visible before a single real user ever sees the design. The system generates a targeted redesign suggestion. Not a full redraw, just the parts that fail. The designer sees the original and proposed fix side by side right inside Notion. The manager reviews the updated design inside Notion. The score, the issues, the proposed fix, all in one place. One click confirms. The system updates the Figma file via plugin. The system revalidates everything until every requirements are passed. So eventually, it increases the productivity of designer. TumbleFlow is not just a plugin. It's a persistent design ops system which is built on Notion that lives in Figma, that thinks across your entire team. This is a technical breakdown of the pipeline of TumbleFlow. So initially what happens is that there is a webhook set on the Notion page. So whenever a new row is entered, we'll get that value from the Notion and our fast API backend handles that. So from the corresponding data, we'll extract the Figma ID of the file that we are dealing with, and we'll set up a particular webhook for that specific file ID. And we'll watch for if any of the files are tagged as final. Once it's tagged as final, we'll get the information about the particular node that we're dealing with, and we'll extract the corresponding image from the node. And we'll pass it down to Qwen 2.5 vision language model for benching against product requirement document to provide a score. And once we do this, we'll pass the image to a salient visual attention model, which will eventually check for predictive user interaction heat map. This helps the designer to design in such a way that engages people on the application. And this model inference is hosted on an EC2 instance and connected to our backend via ngrok tunneling. After this, we generate variations with Gemini's Nano Banana model, which aligns with the product requirement document and salient visual attention features. And once this updated design is approved by product manager on the Notion, it's going to call out the Figma plugin, which in turn replaces the old Figma design with the updated one. With this flow, the entire lifecycle of designers has been containerized on the single platform Notion, which reduces friction and enhances productivity.